What's going on? What's going on, Dennis?
Chuck, what's up, man?
Hello.
Can't call it. Hello.
How's
How's everybody doing there? Hey, what's up, Dennis?
Good.
Chuck, what's up?
What's up?
Much.
Hey, teacher, Sabrina, teacher. You teaching today?
Not today.
I don't know.
I'm a student.
I don't know. I talked to Delos, and you might be teaching.
I'm a student.
Yeah, I gave you high marks. I told him, man.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It's all
Hey,
love.
you gonna have to come on the call Tuesday night and do your presentation.
Oh, is that the newer group?
Yeah, for that group. So
Okay.
and BF always in the kitchen trying to cook something.
Always. You got to eat, son.
I tried to get him to start early.
You know, hey, I just knew he was, keep pimping him over there, Sabrina. Keep pimping.
Don't mess up this happy home. We good.
So he's the cook, huh?
Always the interloper.
What's the cooking?
Yeah.
I think we're having quesadillas, babe. Is that right?
Yep. Chicken and shrimp quesadillas. I'm having chicken. She's having shrimp.
Yeah.
Where do you all live?
In Duluth, outside of Atlanta.
Outside of Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
They live in Atlanta, man. Ain't no.
I can't call it
Atlanta.
Gerald been saying he live in Atlanta forever. He lives in the woods, in the
Yeah,
sticks.
Duluth.
Hey.
It's not Atlanta.
Yeah.
We're in Gwinnett County. We're not Fulton County.
Hey, how y'all feel?
Good.
What's up,
Keith?
Keith?
How y'all
What's
doing?
up, Keith?
What's up, Delos?
What's
up, man? How y'all doing today?
All right, all right.
Look at Brian, boy. Hey, Brian. Hey, I don't know if y'all noticed, Brian can cook.
Man,
Yeah,
he got you food, Delos. He got you food, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, and he can bake, man. Hey,
Absolutely.
But you know about the bacon for sure. That's right. You had some of that.
yeah. Hey, what we got to do is give Brian a SPAC, man, so he can hit the IPO, man.
Ryan ain't thinking about nothing y'all saying. He's trying to keep his lady happy, man.
I'm happy.
Yeah. See, Brian got the Galaxy tablet going.
I got it all working right here, son.
Yeah,
Hey, man,
I see.
you can't take no notes doing that, bro. What's up?
If I can, hey, you the one asking all the questions now. Don't worry about what I do. Don't worry about my mental capacity over here.
That's funny.
Hey, we know your mental capacity, bro.
You think you do. Apparently not.
I've been knowing you for years, man.
Right. You want to know?
Then it's just wait that
Hey, hey.
All righty. Boy, hey, it's been an interesting week so far.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
And my count's pretty good.
Yeah, man. I think Tony might be the leader on the board. Tony, what?
It went down a little bit today, a couple of dollars, but like I said, it's still like 3 weeks away from the merger.
What's that?
Right.
The SHLL.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, but on Barchart, which I'm gonna show y'all in a minute, man, it's on the top stocks to own.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna show it to y'all.
okay.
Still is?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it's I saw that. Yeah, I'm not sure if I didn't see it on there last week, but it is on there this week.
Is that Tesla?
Helion.
Oh.
Yeah.
Here, I'll share my screen here.
Yeah, Tortoise and Helion, yeah. like I said, they've got about 3 more weeks before the merger, so it should start picking up and raising in price there.
Yeah,
Did you see RCL though? Where's RCL at? 67.
Are they 67?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's-
cool.
as long as they stay below 69, that's just something I don't have to deal with till Monday. I'm hoping that I don't have to move nothing until Monday of next week. But that's one. So you all know why it rose, right? Anybody guessing why it went up?
You get ready to start traveling again.
Well, it's the Abbott test. That Abbott test, that 5 minute test that Abbott came out with. Well,
Yeah.
FDA just approved Abbott to roll out that 5 minute test, and they say they can produce 50 million tests a month. So like that probably would cover the entire United States in probably the next 3 or 4 months. So everybody will be able to get a 5 minute result. So basically, you get on a cruise ship, they can make sure that everybody is corona free before they let them on by giving them a 5 minute test. The test results download to your Apple phone or your Android, and I guess you just show that when you go wherever you're traveling to that you just took a test and you're good. So that Abbott test is a game changer, but that's why all that travel and leisure stuff went up today. Just FYI.
Okay.
And you can go read about that Abbott test though, but that's gonna be a game changer. But the FDA approved them to roll it out, so it should be sold here in your nearest Walmarts here pretty soon. Walmarts, Walgreens, CVS, stuff like that. So apologize for last week, but I heard that my backup did a tremendous job. So I want to thank Sabrina for stepping in and knocking it out for me.
Yes, she did.
The week
She
before,
outshined you, man.
No,
yeah,
I
she did.
didn't.
I heard it was.
No.
I heard it was. Chuck said it was a more commercial style learning. He said he learned more that way. So, like pictures.
Every time, good job, boys.
Yeah, Chuck like 3 worded books and the rest of them pictures. He can learn. He said he learned that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so as I talked about the week before, so that would make 3 weeks today. I do this. I go on this Barchart faithfully. Like it's like one of the very first things I do in the morning. I'll do Barchart, and I do that financial visualization, so that I can copy and paste. Sometime I leave that is finviz.com. I'll leave that up. So I'm not copying and pasting because the stocks don't really change from the SIBO that often. So we do have SHLL here on the board. Now I know a lot of us got Shield and this Tortoise acquisition, but the company behind this Tortoise acquisition is basically Helion. Has anybody? Tony, I'll pick on you because I know you know more about it. You and Chuck probably know more about it than anybody on the call. So if you want to talk about that a little bit and why you're invested in it, Tony, I appreciate it.
Okay. My camera keeps going in and out here. But yeah, I did a lot of research on it, and like some pretty heavy in the EV, electric vehicle stuff. Looked at Tesla. I'm not a big Tesla person, and plus the price was too high. And I was looking for a younger company with a lower strike point. And didn't like NIO. Fisker, didn't like Fisker. And it basically came down to the top 2 was Helion and Workhorse. Don't have any Workhorse, but I think they're a good company too, and should probably do pretty well too. But I went with Helion for several reasons. And actually, Nicola, I was actually in them. That was my number 1, but I've kind of fell out of love with them for several reasons. And actually, I had a leap with Nicola and got out of that, and had to pay a little bit to get out. But I've got everything going with Shell right now. But it's a young company. The thing that got me was I don't know if anybody, I did a lot of research on the SPACs too, on what SPACs was all about. And basically what it is, they call them a blank check companies, where investors can go in and put their money, and most of them are around $5 or $10, most of your SPACs and stuff, until they merge and pick a company that they want to invest with or merge with. And the thing that impressed me with Helion, Shell, SHLL, interviewed or looked at 200 companies to merge with or invest their money with, and Helion came out as the winner. So that impressed me. Out of 200 companies that they got the pick. Like I say, it's a young company, started in 2015, so it's about 5 years old, and young CEO. The CEO is Tom Healy. He's only 28 years old, a white guy who's only 28 years old. He's got his engineering degree. Helion is the third company that he's owned, so this is the third one that he's run. He has 9 or 10 patents under his name. Really sharp guy. And another thing that impressed me was the board of directors. They've got 4 or 5 guys on their board who are all sharp also. And they just brought over a guy, forgot his name. He was on the Bush administration. He was a chief White House staff, and then he was the Secretary of Transportation under the Bush administration. So they brought him on board, and they're hoping that down the road he can, with his contacts, bring some government contracts and things like that. He's also, I think, on the board with the railroad, the Union Pacific Railroad. He's on their board. He's been on their board since 2006. So they've got a good board and the product too. They've got, what they're doing basically is the powertrain. Right now they're just doing the powertrain, where they're switching the diesel to the electric. I guess California is going to be coming up here, most states and stuff, and with the emissions and restrictions, regulations, that these trucking companies are going to have to switch over to these different vehicles and stuff. So I think California is going to be coming up with something here pretty soon. So what they're doing is just the powertrain. So I think it's like $40,000 per truck, and they just go in and do one axle where they can convert everything, where it's $40,000 to do the conversion. Right now they've got like 20 trucks on the road out there now that are operating, that they're watching, and that's doing quite well right now. So also this powertrain, what's good about it, it can go in any Class 8 semi truck. If you got Freightliner, if you got a Cummins, if you got a Volvo or whatever, it doesn't matter which brand you have, this powertrain, they can go in and put it on any truck that's out there. And that's what they were saying, like most truckers, they like Volvo or Freightliner, what they're driving. They're not going to want to switch over and to a different truck that they don't like. And they brought up a good thing too, like, Tesla and Nikola want to come out with their own Class 8 trucks, dealing with the batteries and the hydrogen cells. And I guess when their trucks come out, the trucks are going to cost like $240,000 per truck. And so if you got a company and you need to renew your fleet, and you've got 500 trucks, and you're looking at $230,000 per truck, that's a lot of capital and a lot of money you're putting out there. So I think a lot of companies are going to be looking at Helion, going with the cheaper $40,000 per vehicle for right now, to start out with, instead of paying, to replace their whole fleet. Another thing, the Helion too, in 2021 or 22, they're coming out with their own electric vehicle called the ERX. And they're going to be coming out with that. And another thing I like too, eventually they're going to be jumping into the hydrogen fuel cell like Nikola down the road. But they're pretty smart. They're going to wait till Nikola and all these other companies do the startup and put all the fueling stations and stuff out there before they come out and, with a product and get involved in that. But they're just mostly concentrating on the power plants right now. And another thing, I was watching, Tom Healy was doing a conference with some farmers, and they were interviewing them like down the road. Somebody raised the question, well, can you put this on a tractor? And he said, yeah, any axle, basically, we can put it on. You know, we can do tractors, we can do cars, we can do buses down the road. So he said that's something we may look at down the road, but right now we're just concentrating on the semi trucks, the trucks right now.
Yeah, that's gonna be huge, Tony.
Yeah, yeah. And then another thing I like say their truck, the ERX, when they come out with it in a year or two, it's going to run off like say Tesla's doing the batteries and Nikola's doing the hydrogen cells. Helion's going to be doing the CNG, natural gas. And it's going to be a way too that it can automatically recharge itself, the generator or something in the truck where the trucker, it refuels itself or regenerates itself without them stopping and stuff. And another thing about the CNG, the natural gas, what I found out, Warren Buffett bought, I think for $10 billion, Dominion Energy. He bought that company for $10 billion, which deals with natural gas. So I think Warren Buffett knows that something's up or in the makings with natural gas. And I think he's got Berkshire Energy already. I think he's got that already, but he just bought Dominion Energy also. So that was another thing that Warren Buffett got into the natural gas thing. So I kind of looked at that. But like I say, it's a good company. You know, I've been reading, I've been checking a lot of stuff, a lot of videos, a lot of articles. A lot of people are really up on it. And like I said, I jumped in right after the merger at $15. I've got several leaps in it, and I bought some loose stocks also. I got about 800 shares of some loose stock in it also. But I bought in right at 15 after they announced the merger. People are trying to decide, you know, where it's going to end up. The merger should be, they've got until September the 30th, the end of September, to close the deal. But I think they're going to do it earlier, around the 15th or 16th, they're thinking, because I guess if they don't close it, then Helion can go out from Tortoise and get a loan or do something that's not beneficial to Tortoise. So I think Tortoise may be trying to push it and try to close a little bit earlier so Helion doesn't go out and get that loan or something.
Yes. So I got the I do have up the options chart. Can everybody see it?
Yes.
Yeah. Also, Tortoise just came out too with another spec 2, Tortoise 2, and they're looking for another company too. I guess Tortoise has got a lot of money. I guess this one's going pretty well, and I guess Shell or Tortoise just announced or signed some paperwork for spec 2, and they're looking for a company to invest in with, I forgot, it's besides the trucking, it's some type of energy, another energy company or something they're looking to invest in. So they just started that. So a lot of people are confused when they're going in and they're seeing these two shells, but one says Shell 2, Tortoise Acquisition Company 2 or something. That's with a different spec that they just started. Yeah, they just started this. I think they just did that about 3 or 4 days ago. They just opened that one up 3 or 4 days ago. So
are they planning to do another SPAC with another company?
Yep. They're looking to do another SPAC with another company with something with energy though. They're looking for an energy company or something. So looks like they've got some money. And with this merger, they're looking. So I'm hoping the merger takes place in about a couple of weeks. They're thinking about the 14th, 15th, or 16th, and they're saying right now it's about $37 right now a share, and they're thinking anywhere from $50 on up to $110. You know, everybody's different. They're thinking it's going to be better than Nikola. You know, Nikola got up to $90. So they're thinking this one, Nikola didn't have a product or anything out there. So they're thinking this one may be up there with Nikola around $90, $80, $70. Some people are saying over $100. And also with the SPACs too, when I did the research, there were a lot, like I said, Nikola, this one, DraftKings was another SPAC that did pretty good. And on the research, all of them start out around $5 or $10. And once they make their announcement that they're going to do a merger, that's when the price starts going up. And then once it gets closer and closer to the merger, it keeps going up, and actually the day of the merger. And like Nicole, usually a couple of days after or a week after, that's when it starts leveling off and starts going back down. So,
Hey, Tony, what's the merger date for Shield?
They're looking at, for Helion, they're looking at probably the 15th or 16th of September.
September?
Yeah, they've got until the 30th. They've got until the 30th, the end of the month, the end of the quarter, a month. They've got until the 30th, but they're thinking it may go around the 15th or 16th of September.
And I only asked because I noticed this yesterday. So I was talking to Chuck, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, and he had brought this up. And I know that you and I had talked in length about it. And the only reason why I asked is because I kind of remember what happened with Nicola when they did their merger. You had about 2 or 3 weeks to play in that before it kind of flattened out a little bit, and kind of now Nicola's been trading sideways, I would say, for the last 2 or 3 weeks. But here's a snapshot of 50 days out. So Shield is not trading weeklies yet. They're still it's just a monthly view. But I got an alert when this happened right here. I had an alert hit my phone, and all of a sudden, all those contracts hit that $40 mark for whatever reason for October 16th, and I found that to be kind of unusual behavior. And so I was like, I wonder, what's with that. So what I was personally going to do is maybe go in, and I'm thinking about maybe going in. So my play for this would be going in here right at the 35, grabbing the 460, and hope that it gets put to me. But this has been trading at 37, 38, 39, 40 for a while. And so I was like, I'm hoping that I can have it put to me here and immediately go ahead and sell this 40 call before it moves, because that's a lot of contracts to just hit the way that it did. And I'm not, the way that it hit, I'm thinking it's got to be one investor. Because
they're saying a lot of institutions too are jumping aboard, and institutions are getting involved also.
Yeah, and so for anybody, and let me see. So if you didn't want to make that play, right, then you could go in and do a leap, or you could do what Sabrina showed you all last week and do a spread. This will be a good opportunity to also do a spread, and I'm hoping that anybody with an account less than 5K caught on to what Sabrina was doing last week, because those smaller accounts can benefit from those spreads.
Get some high yield.
You say what?
Get some high yield. Percentages are higher.
Yeah. And even with the let me see, it was another. I think it was this. Yeah, no, that alert was. I'm getting this September mixed up with this one, but that alert came and that dropped in there, so I had to go look and see. And it's just ironic. The day after this alert came for Shield is the same time that it hit the Barchart as one of the. So when I went in Barchart, I go here all the time, just the top stocks to own, right? And I just kind of look through some of the stuff we already got. Some of it we may need to get. And so you have to think of the world as not as you see it right now, but what it's going to become. So these electric vehicles, so, you say, man, there's a lot of electric vehicles. There's also a lot of gas vehicle companies too. So you almost have to imagine that it's probably going to be the same type of competition. It wasn't too far-fetched to think that Tesla was going to be the only electric car maker. So it's no different than Ford, General Motors, Toyota, when all those different people came out with their vehicles, just to give purchasers of the vehicles, investors of the vehicles, options to, kind of do some other things. But It's something to this electric boom that I kind of don't want to miss, but I do want to walk careful. You know, I do think it is coming. There's videos that I've started watching, right? So even some of my behavior as far as electric vehicles is concerned, it started to change a little bit. I think it is going to be the wave of the future. I think what Helion was doing is basically converting a gas vehicle into an electric vehicle, cutting the cost of buying a brand new vehicle probably in like a or half,
Yeah.
which is going to be beneficial to anybody with a big fleet. Places like NetLease, who has 464,000 vehicles, you know, to partner up with somebody like not Nikola, but Helion would be good for them because it'll cut down on the cost that they're going to see in the future. And I do think it's coming. Like it's now no secret that these vehicles are successfully maintained. So a lot of people say, what do you gain from having an electric vehicle? Well, I don't know what you gain, but I know what you lose. Water pump, radiator, fuses of sorts, oil. There's a whole host of things that you normally would have to take your vehicle in for repairs that won't be that you won't find in an electric vehicle, and that's why people are converting because all those pieces and parts, you know, they don't have that under the hood with these electric vehicles, and it's just interesting. So, I mean, just keep an eye on it. I'm not telling anybody to go invest anything today or tomorrow, but please just keep an eye on it. Also, this has been going around, right? And but this has been a while. But this is how I'm gonna show you this. And you're starting to see commercials about it with Mr. Wonderful, the guy from Shark Tank. And it's pretty interesting here that there's so many Robinhood traders. Now they have like the Robinhood effect, the weekend effect. The weekend effect is what I used to tell you all about. But this start engine, right, it's kind of triggered my interest a little bit. Because what it does is it's basically allowing investors like us to come in before SPAC is even created. And so they have these companies. I mean, he's obviously backing this. I'm not sure. He's probably got something to gain from it. I'm sure. But they have all these companies, right? And so this tequila company, all of these companies are saying, hey, you know, there's 870 current investors. There's 33 days left and they're going to cut it off, right? They're not going to let any more investors in. And these are the type of things. So I later found out that Starbucks kind of came down through this path of having investors up front before an IPO, right? So we get to companies when they hit IPO and they're trading live. This start engine gives you an opportunity, just an opportunity to maybe dive a little deeper into a company before they come out. What other company came down through this path? What is that? Jimmy John's. Jimmy John's kind of came through this whole little motion of early investing. And before this start engine came up, most of this early investing used to be private. Like you had to know somebody that knows somebody. But start engine is kind of giving you an opportunity to at least see what's out there, right? I'm not saying, hey, go give anybody your money unless you understand, you know, the story a little bit. But these are it's just something else to put on your plate to kind of look through it. You know, it may be beneficial. There may be something in here that you may already know about or be interested in and didn't know that they were raising capital to kind of, you know, for growth reasons. So I would just say, take a look. I just wanted to throw it out there. Not saying that you should do anything, just a suggestion, just to keep you as informative about what's going on around you as possible. And that's kind of why we had these meetings, just to pull everybody's ideas to one platform and let everybody hear what's going on. But this Start Engine, just start looking at it. Just you know, start paying attention. You know, you like tequila and you read about this company, it may spark an interest. You know what I mean? Their coffee or whatever, but it's starting to get a little bit more and more popular. You can probably see more and more companies here. And I throw this out there, right? Because not jokingly, I was texting Brian Ford this week, early in the week, and those that haven't tasted like a cake that he's made or any of that stuff, right? So it wouldn't be too far-fetched for me, right, to say, hey, I'm gonna kick off a Start Engine for Brian with 100,000, right? And we're gonna go get, say, 5 food trucks, or franchise out a bakery, or whatever the case is, right? We now know we have an avenue to raise capital without having to hit your grandma or your aunt or your uncle, and you know, people that may or may not give you the money, and if they do give you the money, they need it back before you can even convert it to a positive dollar for them. So just knowing that this is here and being able to say, hey, Brian, you know, what are your thoughts? Obviously, he's married to Sabrina, and so they probably talk about it because he does cook excellent, right? I'm not just blowing him up. Like, he is a good cook. And a friend of mine started a food truck a year ago, and he's right around $76,000 a year. That's take home. That's after he's paid his expenses and his fuel and insurance on the vehicle and all of that stuff. And he's doing well. And it all started from going over his house, him barbecuing, and then he ended up losing his job. He took some little money that he had as a nest egg and kind of got hooked up. And now in St. Louis, right, we're St. Louis is behind the times on almost every front, but we now have a food truck village, and I'm sure they got food truck villages all over Atlanta, so I'm not telling
Well, we got one for sure.
Yeah, so we just got one, and it's so nice that, like, you can go pretty much hang out there for the day. It's pretty cool. I kind of like it because they got the beer vendors out there, and it's family friendly, and it's just a good time. And I was just like, you know, I wanted to say that and show this, and just to, you know, open your eyes up to other stuff, right? There's so many investments opportunities out there. As an investor, it's your job to do your due diligence before you take any of your hard-earned money and give it to anybody.
Anybody, right?
Period.
Yeah.
No matter what I say or believe or whatever, I'm not God. These things can go sideways, but you can have the choice of multiple things here. So I just wanted to throw that little nugget out there for everybody. So
Good footnote, because that's what we can, you know, we get behind in things of, like, being able to raise capital and generate capital and get behind certain things, even, you know, in other industries. But that's certainly a good footnote.
yes, yep, it sure is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
On the other side, has there been any pushback from the petroleum industry with these electric cars? Because, you know, last time in turn of the century, we had the automotive industry was coming up with these cars that had no maintenance required, and they put the kibosh on all that kind of stuff. Has there been any pushback from petroleum side of this industry?
So, and I'll let Tony kind of talk a little bit about it. But so from what I've read, the petroleum really I think they've kind of lost that fight a little bit, because you have Ford. So you have Ford bagging Rivian, which also Amazon is bagging Rivian. The Rivian is not even out yet, but that's just who Amazon went to go partner up with to produce their 100,000 vehicles that they're buying. And let me see, I thought I'd pull it up, but the oil was so low at one point. I think this may be pre Sabrina and Brian getting in, but the oil was so low, Brian, that they were paying you to take it.
Wow.
So I think they've lost the fight a little bit.
Right, yeah. At some point, yeah, you're gonna have to give in to, yeah.
Yeah, and you got these companies, you got these companies that are basically partnering up. They're partnering up with some of these electric companies. That way, when the tide is, you know, turning a little bit, they can kind of get into action too. Because the gas cars may not go away, but the electric cars are slowly coming into market, and people so this Rivian, and I sent this order out, right? So they actually taking orders for this truck already, and they don't trade publicly.
Okay.
But this truck, I did. I had threw this out here. Now this truck kind of reminds you of like a Range Rover, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, it does.
So
Yeah.
what? And if you hit pre-order, right, to pre-truck, all you got to do is give them $1,000 up front. But this vehicle is $76,000.
Oh wow.
But for them to get started on it, you have to pre-order for the pre-order purpose. They want $1,000 to hold it before they start building. But this is you see this little light across the front here, the long light.
Yeah.
Well, the cool thing about this vehicle is this light tells you how much juice you got left if you're sitting there charging it. So if you're watching it, from left to right, it'll fill back up. And once it fills back up, you got 100% charge. So this front light is also a charge indicator. They got so many things. And the reason why I was so interested in this company is because Amazon chose this company to build 100,000 electric vehicles for them.
Wow. Damn.
And I was like, and I saw this truck, I saw the video, and then here are some of the good points about it. The 750 horsepower, right? That's a pretty good horsepower. Like the strength of the truck, 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. I don't know about the weighting of the water here up to 3 feet, but they basically saying you can drive through 3 feet of water. I wouldn't try that part of it, but they saying that.
Right away, anyway.
Yeah, and they saying you can go up to 400 miles. So basically, you can go to Boston to New York and back to Boston without filling it up.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next question. Is that when they're passenger vehicles, when you can commute out of town, make long distance trips without recharging, because you know you can't. You know, there's not always gonna be a charging station, and you gonna have to wait, sit over, and pull over for 4 hours or 8 hours to recharge or something. So
right.
Yeah.
And so that's what I couldn't find, like the recharging time on it. But this Rivian, this is who Tesla basically said, hey, build my vehicles for me. So I kind of, and they haven't even hit the market yet, and this probably won't even go through a SPAC because Amazon and Ford is already backing them.
see how that goes, man. How that fight goes.
Oh yeah. So I know Sabrina did the spreads last week. Has anybody tried it with paper money yet? Nope. All right. So
Yeah, I tried to pay money.
I'm gonna put everybody on the spot. I want everybody to at least try it one time this week before we meet again. Just try with your paper money and see how it works out for you. I think you all may like it, especially if your account is under 10K.
I like it.
Yeah. So Sabrina, you want to talk about some of the cash you
Sure. So just to explain what I'm kind of doing is I'm trading this week and the week coming up. So I have like half of my account looking at trades for this week and then half for the next week. So I'm always rotating in and out that way. So I've already booked and got my premiums for the next week for the 4th. And on Friday, I'll be looking at stuff for the week of the 11th. So what I did for my trades that were expiring on the week of the 21st, I was successful in both of my vertical trades. I didn't do a lot, but I got a 17% return on my capital that week. So I was really small. I didn't do a lot. Then the week of the 28th is this week. Right now I'm tracking for a 41% return on my money. So I leveraged 3,900 and I've collected 1,586. I'm gonna have to give back a little bit to close out tomorrow, but I'll do like $8, $10 or something like that. So don't expect the percentage to change too much. And for my trades for the week of the 4th, I'm tracking at 28% right now. But again, as I get closer in that week, as I roll up on some things, as it moves away from me, I'll collect more premium on those. So I'm pretty happy with it. I haven't, all of my trades so far have been successful. The first week I tried to iron condor on paper. I'm not ready for that one, but the verticals all have been wins. I haven't had
good. Good. So are you happy that you started doing this?
I'm very happy because like I said, the stocks I'm playing in, just to give you the names, I'm in Apple, I'm in Tesla, I'm in Google, I've been in NVIDIA, I've been Shopify, I did Chipotle.
Wow.
I did one in Boeing. So those are not cheap.
Right.
And
So
those are the stocks I've been playing in. That allowed me to play in that.
That's good. And then for anybody that don't know, everything she just named is in the atmosphere. The cost per share is over $500-600 easy.
Yeah. I think the cheapest one was Boeing. I just wanted to try Boeing.
Yep.
That was like 160, 170. But the others are like much more.
So for anybody whose account is under 10K, I pretty much, I want to just challenge you to at least try it on paper money before we meet next week, so that I can ask around, like, how did it go? And we can add to what Sabrina has brought to the table. I know Carmisha does it a lot.
And I did Amazon. Don't forget Amazon. I did
Amazon. Yep. And so
So like I said, the advantage for me was I was looking at certain companies that I just felt I knew, that I felt were comfortable with me, playing around where I thought their stocks wouldn't drive. Now, granted, Tesla is high volatile. It does move a lot in a day. But again, looking at the probability of being touched or versus probability of being in the money, I've been looking at that. I also use the standard deviation graphs. I use that in Thinkorswim. So if I'm 1 or 2 standard deviations out, I've been looking at the bell curve just to make sure my probability of being successful. I'm using all the tools we can to make sure we're picking puts just like we do on our regular naked puts, that they're far enough away that even if they get touched, they wouldn't expire in the money. Because again, you don't end up getting assigned in this case. You end up losing whatever the net difference is. So.
Gotcha. Yep, and you've been pretty successful. I know it too.
Look, I've been telling my husband about it. Like I said, I appreciate it. I told you last week when they closed out one of my trades, but I understood why afterwards, because aftermarket trading, certain stocks have that much movement, so they don't want me to get caught in a losing position, so they close it out. So I'm monitoring that myself to make sure if it's within a few dollars that I go ahead and close it.
And it's also good to know that they watching it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you're not.
If you get caught with a $300,000 hold there, you'd be in big trouble.
Hey, Brian, you be selling shrimp in 2 states,
Exactly.
Alabama and Georgia.
like crack on the corner.
Right. I have to put them on the stroll.
Hey, grill them up, freeze them, and ship them out.
That's it.
But yeah, that's what I've been focused on really, because I haven't, so that's why I didn't know about Shell. I'll look at that. I'll definitely look at leveraging a spread with that for sure. Let's see if that works for me. In maybe a week. So thanks for that.
Tony and Chuck kind of brought that to the table. I think Gerald is doing it. I don't know if I'll say Keith maybe did Nicola first, or somebody brought Nicola to the table too. I don't know if Keith, maybe Tony did that too.
No, I think it was Keith or Dana did brought Nicola, I think, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was Keith, or Dana blamed Keith for it. Yeah. So Keith, how you been doing, man?
Oh man, I'm loving you.
Yeah, you doing okay?
I am. I'm on the call side. I got that workhorse on the call side. I kind of messed up. I had 6 contracts, and then it was like about 15. I got assigned to it at 17, and I was at 15. So I've been trying to, make some dollars off of it, but I got kind of stuck up and put it on a call at 16. So now, you know what I'm saying? So now it's at 17. So now I'm trying to get up out of that and get my shares up. So I got to roll out of it. So I'm waiting till tomorrow. Then I'm just going to buy out at the lowest strike I can get out of it and keep my shares.
Yeah, just wait and see what it do tomorrow. It may move down in your favor. So I'm glad you brought that up, Keith, because that was one of my rookie mistakes. So you got until Friday at 3:00, right? But there are certain points during the week where it may get close to you. It may even go past you a little bit, and then you go panic. You get out, and then next thing you know, it ended up.
Yeah.
I've done that.
Yeah. So Keith, watch that, because I've definitely done that in the past where I've gotten out and then the stock end up closing out below my strike price, and I done gave the damn money back, and then it's like, what the?
I know, right?
So so just wait a little bit and see how it go. You got up until 3:00. I would say to no later than 2:45. You want to kind of be ready to hit the button. So you want to get caught like that. I do a lot of stuff from my phone because it's the one thing I got, whether I'm stepped away to go to the gas station or to the grocery store or whatever. So that's another thing. Kind of get familiar with that platform on that app, because it's not as hard to maneuver as it appears. It's not a monster. It actually pretty cool. It's quick for me.
Yeah, I use my phone too. I like it.
Yeah. So Chuck, is Chuck still there?
I think he walked off.
Chuck made some money moves this week. I just wanted him to share it with him, but I think he must have transitioned from the job to the house. Obasi, you got anything that you want to share today, sir?
Not for real. I'm playing around in some NKLA. I had to do a rollover because I lost the price point. So I'm trying to come out on top this week or sell it off right before.
Okay. You said you got what happened with Nicola?
It just went down on me. I was expecting something a little higher, but they're trading at like 38 right now. So just gotta wait it out.
So how you been doing with it so far?
So far, so good. I'm gonna go into I know we were saying that you can pretty much jumpstart the tier 3 if you take the course. So we got another account. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the course on it and see if we can start doing spreads. That's one of the first things Carmisha showed me.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in that.
Yeah, and I highly recommend, man, if you have time, or if Sabrina have time, is let her, if you got any questions about it before you do it, is get with her and kind of master that paper trade too.
Right.
Because that's your practice field. So you get to feel the balls and do all the button right there before the game starts. So I would definitely, Obasi, because you can grow that small account with those spreads exponentially if you just get your game plan together and kind of use some of the tools that Sabrina spoke about. Put yourself in a better probability to succeed than we look at those premiums, man, and those premiums is like like the guy on the ice cream truck, right? It'll wave you over to the truck and run you over. So you got to kind of like say, hey, if your goal is, and I started out week 1 telling everybody, hey, set a goal, right? Because say $500 a week is your goal. Say $800 a month is your goal. If you set those goals, it'll allow you to make better decisions. I still do it. I still just say, hey, I only want 4,000, or I only want this much, or 1,000, because it'll keep me from getting too choppy. Like you see, it keeps my tools sharp, because if I just start looking at premiums, I get out of character. And then once you out of character, then you like, oh crap, I'm trapped behind the door now, and I gotta wait till things happen in order for me to get back out. So I just say walk slow. You can build, using those spreads as Sabrina kind of shared with everybody. And that's probably why Carmisha kind of showed you that up front too, is she was doing that too. I think her account was right around that threshold of 10 grand, but she's utilized that to do pretty good for herself. So Obasi, like anybody on the call, if you need some, we always available. We call each other and chat with each other all the time. I think more than we used to in the past, but just utilize everybody on the call, Obasi, so that you can kind of see what everybody on the call thinking and kind of get your ideas. And ultimately, the decision is yours, like I always say. But if you need some help, we are always here.
Appreciate it.
Does anybody have anything else? I think Brother Gerald is got a fever or something, don't he?
Is he sick?
I think so.
Oh.
I gotta call him. But let me see. Yeah, I'll give him a shot later. I just want to make sure I know. Friday is expiration day, so hopefully everybody have a happy, worthless expiration Friday.
It's Jeanette.
Like, in the week after is Labor Day, so we're gonna have a short week, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be a short week.
After next week.
Yeah, and I've never had to buy as many contracts back ever because short weeks do me wrong. So I tend to kind of wait because the stocks, for whatever reason, run up and then scare the crap out of you and then go back. So it's like, so I think one of the last few show weeks, Dennis and I, I want to say I didn't even get in that week or something like, because it scares the crap out of me. But what I'll do is, next week is a short week. So just keep in mind.
Is it next week or the week after?
It's the week after. Because we got
I think
the
it's
4th.
that Monday. Labor Day is what? Monday the 7th, right?
Yeah. Hold on.
Yes, the 7th.
The 7th.
So that'll be the short week, I guess.
You are correct.
Okay.
So Jeanette, is Gerald sick?
Yeah, honey, Gerald tested positive.
Oh, he did.
Oh my goodness.
So we gonna say a prayer for Brother Gerald after we everybody independently. But I heard that he talking and walking, so.
That's a good.
Did you probably catch it from work or they don't
Tony,
know?
we don't know where,
know.
because Gerald is, he's not around anybody. He's sitting on jobs, looking at crews and stuff, and then he comes home. We don't really do a whole lot, so we don't know how.
Okay, I know y'all been pretty safe staying at home and everything and stuff too. Yeah, so yeah.
So,
You take a test, Jeanette? Did you take it?
Yeah, I'm negative.
Oh, good. Good.
Gerald's in good shape.
Yeah, my cousin had it a week ago. Yeah, he just did that tonic water and that what was it? Vitamins and tonic water or whatever. But he up and at 'em today. So, but we'll just keep I know Jeanette keep us posted. But does anybody have anything they want to share?
Yes, I would like for you all to wish Obasi and my Aunt Jeanette a happy birthday.
What?
Happy birthday, Obasi.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Obasi and Aunt Jeanette. Well, unfortunately, you can't really go do nothing. So I hope you have a great happy birthday at home.
Yeah, I'm the nurse.
What'd you say, Jeanette?
I'm the nurse, so.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and you can't go nowhere, and it's hopefully this will all be over soon. Get back to normal a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Chuck's on board. Chuck, did you want to tell us about some money moves? Dello said you made some money moves or something.
Money moves, yes sir.
So, so Chuck, what Chuck has to offer is Chuck is turned into the ultimate leap investor. So his gains have come from doing leaps. So I just wanted you to share, Chuck, kind of, what you did this week.
Yeah, Chuck's got like 8 or 10 leaps in different companies.
Yeah, he the leap master.
Yep.
Well, all I said was I want to just, if I can make $400 to $500 in a leap, I'm happy. I ain't trying to make a killing off of it, but I've got like leaps in UAL. Well, I had a leap in YY, but I turned it in. I made like 500 off of YY. Love Southwest. I turned mine in on Southwest. I made about another 4 something there. So the way I look at leaps is it's a way for me to come up, and I don't have to look at the stock every single day. So I have a couple of them out there, a few of them out there, and like I just went into DAN, DAN, which is one of the electrical vehicles that come in with Dana. The name of the company is Dana, and I believe they're in with.
They're with Helion, yeah.
Helion, I believe if it's not Helion. There's so many of them, man. I don't know. But I just start, doing a couple of leaps here and there and watching it. Once I make 400, 500, then I get out and turn it in. But this week I did over 1,000. Last week I did over 1,000. So I'll take that any day of the week.
How far you going out for your leap, Chucky?
Most times I'm doing it to like either January or. I'm going out pretty far on it, so it has that time. And whether or not it happens that time or not, it doesn't matter to me.
Okay. Yeah, I was debating on how far you go out. It's a couple of months all the way to January. Depends on what you want to pay, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah, and some of them. I mean, I don't go that. I go like December, January. I've been to March, but I try not to get that close on them.
Right.
But yeah, he's been pretty profitable for him. I think Jeanette and Gerald had a couple leaps in the cola 3 weeks ago. I don't know if Jeanette, did you all get out or you still?
Well, we still have it in the cola. We got in the cola, plug, and shield.
Okay.
So we're just kind of hanging on. I see that Delta is finally coming up.
Yep, thanks to Abbott, came out with that 5-minute test result. I haven't seen how it looks, but I know it's going to be sold at Walgreens and Walmart and CVS to start. But I know that the cruise ships have kind of signed on have those available for passengers when they start back up. So that's what drove the stock up in all the travel and leisure sectors today. I'm hoping that the momentum will keep going. If you have any of the travel and leisure in the market does fall before your feet, right? So before your strike point, I would definitely wait next week and don't do anything on that Monday. I would definitely wait to see what happens.
Okay.
So that you can get further, like if you can hold on to it and get further out of the money. So as an example, if the stock trading at $68 by close on Friday, you may be able to set a 74, 73 strike for next week and make a little bit. Or if you want to close out and invest into a different type of company, you can do that too. Like I said, it's up to you. You know what you're comfortable with. But I'm gonna pull it up. So I can
Yeah, we've
count
been with
it.
Delta forever at 33. They're at 31.15, at least the post market. That's where they are.
Yeah. So if it gets back to your strike point, Anjanette, then you can offload them and then just buy a leap and still carry the same weight as you would. That way you can get your money back and then just do a leap and then set it and forget it type of deal.
Our issue, well, not so much of an issue as play. We got I think 8 in play, and they finally got to at least $15.
Yeah, and it's coming back. I think basically, so I didn't want to tell nobody this, but I was a member of Dave and Buster's and they just sent me I just got a text from them that they opening some of the other rooms back up. So they are officially gonna be letting people come in and have parties. Cause before you couldn't even book a room so I was trying to book a room for the September the 13th NFL opening, just me and a few buddies, and they wasn't having that. So now they're at least letting people book parties, which I found to be interesting. So I would say that play will be moving here shortly.
Cool.
So like this is next week, and like so anybody that was put to shares at 66, 67, 68, you can just come right in here and go right to where you got them, or let me open it up. Or if you want to ride it back, because remember the 52-week high was 130, 139. So even if you just collecting cash, so if you didn't want to do 68 or 69, you can still be okay at 15. I will tell everybody these numbers are all wrong right here. They just haven't updated this spreadsheet, but these numbers are null and void. So don't look at that. But these right here, I know it was Dennis, RCL was put to you at what, 60?
72.
Say 72?
Yeah.
72. So definitely Dennis will be one person on Monday that should wait to see, because as the price moves up from 67, obviously I'm preaching to the choir at this point in y'all careers, but all these price moves are moved down, and so are these too. So if tomorrow there's a spike in RCL and it goes up to say $70, then all these will be readjusted numbers and readjusted figures. So you can kind of set yourself up to get out or remain in it and set the price out a little further and kind of ride it back, because we all know that the 52-week high was in the hundreds, 130 something, I believe. Let me go take a look. Yeah, 135. So they still got room. They still got room to go, and that Abbott test is really going to help them out a lot. And they are, and it kind of explains it right here. Basically, I'll just read this out loud. Shares, because the hotel sector, Tony. I know you was liking Wynn. I like Wynn too. WYNN. The shares of several hotels, restaurants, including the Darden group of companies, and leisure companies are trading higher as equities gain the following Fed chair. Well, this is talking about the Fed chair. Did anybody hear that this morning?
Yeah, I saw a little bit. I saw a little bit of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't nothing to write home about. But the sector strength also potentially related to coronavirus vaccine and treatment optimism, with vaccine makers making progress and Abbott announcing a new rapid test. That new rapid test is going to drive the market, and as we start to see results from that, you'll start seeing these stocks go back up. And I'm just really waiting on the money that we haven't seen yet. Most of the companies that we have pay a dividend that we haven't seen. I said that 3 weeks ago, but just hold tight. Don't You don't have to run, right? It's just keep setting it to where you feel like you got room to let it come up a little bit. I know in play, the premiums haven't been, exciting. CCL either. I think they're all kind of low, but they're all starting to come back a little bit. And I just say if you don't want the stock anymore, just set it at the point that you received it. And because your break-even point, right? So does everybody know how to calculate their break-even points? Yes?
Yes.
All right,
Can you
cool.
go over that again?
Okay. Yep. All right. So does anybody have any particular question they want to talk about or discuss? Any company exciting out there that somebody might be following?
I got a question for you, Halo.
Uh-huh.
When you getting, say, like if you are on the put side and right before you say, dang, it's Friday, they about to put this stock to me, but you can do a rollover. I never done a rollover to the next following week on the put side. I know you can do it on the call side, but I found out you can do it on the put side. Is there any benefit to just going rolling over to the next week, or just go to the call side and flip it?
So it depend for me, Keith, it depend on what company it is, right? So like if you feel like if you honestly feel like the price is going to go higher, then I would take it to the call side. If you feel like the stock may continue to fall, then I would probably roll it into the next month next week on the put side.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but I know Sabrina also has done some rollovers. I think Cormisha and Obasi just said that he's had to do it too. But with doing rollovers, right? Rollovers, to me, I like that you got the opportunity to do the rollover, right? Because before there wasn't. It was just you either bought it back or you didn't. And so with the rollover, it just gives you an opportunity to keep it and move it over into the next week without a whole bunch of hassle. But I like the rollover move, especially if it's something that you want to keep. But it is a benefit to doing a rollover. I like the rollover, but like I said, if I think the stock going higher, I'm gonna take it and go to the call side. And if I think it's going lower, then I'm gonna just stay on the put side and roll it into the next week. So before, everybody all right?
Yeah.
All right. So I do want to say this, right? And I think everybody wrote it down last time. When the stock goes down, that's the perfect time to buy your leap. When the stock goes up, that's the perfect time to sell your leap. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yep.
So you get stock go down $9 in a day. It's something you've been watching. Best time to buy the leap. Stock go up $10 in a day. Best time to sell your leap. Just basic math. See, if the stock go up and you buy your leap, then if it just went up $10, guess what it's capable of doing tomorrow, the next day, or the next day? Go down. So now your leap is already basically extended so far out the money. So if the stock go down and you buy your leap, you bought it on the down day, guess what's going to happen in the next days after that? It's going to go back up, what you want it to do. And then once it goes back up, guess what you get to do? You get the benefit from that by selling the leap and doing it all over again. So watch your buy days and your sell days. You don't want to sell when it's low. You want to buy it when it go down. You want to sell it, leap, when it go up. So like Nicola, if Nicola go down $5 in a day, no big deal. Buy your leap then as Nicola go back up those same $5, sell your leap.
Question on that. You got to leap. If you in December, you got to leap for Nicola and it go up $20. You say, okay, I'm gonna snatch out. You snatch out, but you think it's gonna go up $40 by December. Do you snatch out at 20 and go back in a leap later, or do you just hold off until that December and get your for that whole 40?
So good question, Keith. So what I typically do and what I still do is I'll if it go up that $20, I'll get out, right? Because I want to take my profit. Then what I do though is I'm waiting on that next down day. Then I'm gonna go back in it. And then I'll just wash, rinse, repeat that whole thing. So even if I think it's gonna go higher, I'm gonna get out after I get my movement. And then as that movement starts to retrace and come back, I'll get back in it. And then I'll wait till it go back up again, and I'll just keep doing that until it gets to 40. Because by the time it get to 40, I've probably been in and out of that trade 10 times. I've probably taken profit out of the movement 10 different times instead of waiting on that one, gradually going up or whatever. So in some cases, I'll be in and out of a trade like a Boeing. I'll be in and out of a Boeing twice in one day, maybe. And in some cases, I just let it ride, like for the week. But in a leaf situation, anytime you get a $400 or $500 profit, I'm out. I'm taking my money, and once it come back down, I'll buy back in, and I'll just keep doing that.
So tell me this. So like say where Tony at, where he came up off, you know what I'm saying, he got a nice little profit. So would you recommend for him to, but he think it's gonna merge and go farther. So would you recommend him to cut it off now, take his profit, and then wait and go back in later after the merge date, or that's what I'm trying to find out.
Yeah, so in that case, what I would do is to say, okay, now he playing with the house's money anyway. So what I would say is, hey, I'm not gonna give it all back. So if it's trading at say $34, I would say, hey, if it dropped below 31, I'm selling. Because I don't want to lose all my profit. But if you just in a buy and hold situation, then you don't want to lose it all. So you just set a level that's comfortable for you to say, hey, if this stock drops back below 31, I'm selling. But I'll watch it from 34 back down to 31. But if it go below 31, I got to get out of here, because basically I'm watching all my profits just fall off the table. Now I'm willing to lose a little bit of it because most of it is theirs anyway. Well, not theirs, but it's your money that you've made. But the longer you wait to get out, the worse things may be for you. So I would just set like a limit, like, okay, and I do the $3 rule. So for example, if Boeing trading at $100 and it fall back down to 97, I'm selling. I don't want to lose everything. Especially say I bought it at 50, it goes up to 100. So I'm basically 50%. Well, I'm basically 100% of my capital. I'll lose maybe $3 of that. And after that, I'm going to sell it. And if I have to buy back in, I'll buy back in. But I'm not going to let it fall all the way back down on me. So I just set a limit. And Tony had to do that, actually. That very same thing you asked. Tony had to do it. Because it will. It'll fall down on you a little bit. But you don't want to lose everything, right? But you don't want to get out too early and then kick yourself saying, oh, man, I should have stayed in. Because it's give and take, right? So it's like, I'll just get out of it, and then if it starts going back up, I'll set another limit. I'll buy it again at say 105. But I'm already up anyway. You know what I mean? I want to be able to take my profits off the table when I have them, especially if I'm up 200-300%. I'm out of there.
All right, that'll work. Good deal.
All right, y'all, it's 7:13. Anybody got anything? All right. Well, we're going to conclude today. Hope everybody have a happy worthless expiration Friday. And say a prayer for our brother Juro, man, when y'all get off the phone here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. I appreciate y'all hopping on, listening to me.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Appreciate it. Everybody
Okay,
take
then.
care.
I'll chat at y'all later.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right.